What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas, Fan01 here, and today we are back at it again with another Transformer figure review. And if y'all thought we were done with Rise of the Beast, you are absolutely wrong, because today we are taking a look at the Transformers Rise of the Beasts Beast Mode Supreme Optimus Prime. I don't know what this thing is technically classed as, but this is the gigantic Rise of the Beasts Optimus Prime that was supposed to appear in Transformers Rise of the Beasts. In fact, there were a few things that were supposed to happen in Rise of the Beasts that just didn't happen. So, but y'all know the rules. We're not going to take a look at the figure first. We're going to remove this off to the side as best we can. And we're going to take a look at the packaging as best we can, because the packaging is quite large. It barely fits in frame of the camera. As you can clearly see, it is bigger than all of my leader class packaging, which is why I'm inclined to say it's like Supreme class. Or it's just a hair smaller than the Power of the Prime's Optimus Prime box. That box is sitting right up in this corner. That's this little thing right here, if you couldn't tell. But it's a smidge smaller than the Power of the Prime's Optimus Prime box, but it is bigger than the rest of the current leader class packagings. So, anywho, that's the front of the box, and I actually do like the artwork for this, because it did actually, with these weird types of gimmicky toys, I definitely like the big boxes on them, because if you took a look at like some of the things here, it showed off some pretty cool shit. Like, seriously, look at this. Like, I like this design, some of it, not all of it, but some of it. On the side here, you've got Optimus Prime here, all up in robot mode, and looks like to be, there was plans for a beast mode that looks like it was supposed to be right there, but because this didn't happen in the movie, this didn't happen. So, on the back here, it shows you everything that you can do. It shows you it tells you two of his sayings, and then you also get a beast roar. But we will go through all of those when we get him into robot mode. So he does come with, well, they say it's a triple changer, but I don't really call that a triple changer, and I don't call this a beast mode. This is not a beast mode. This is a beast spirit, how shall we say. So, yeah. And it is correct, it does transform in about 22 steps. However, there are a few things about this figure that we will get into that I'm not a big fan of. So, then on this side here, you've got Optimus Prime. It is an authentic Transformers product. So, on that, we are going to remove this gigantic packaging, and we are going to then bring in the gigantic figure. And what a gigantic figure this thing is. Firstly, do not buy this if you guys do not know what this is. Firstly, this is definitely something that is more geared towards like your kid nephew, or your kid niece, or your kid, nibbling, or I'm trying to be nice to the people some people who may or may not watch my content. But anyways, the point being is that, this is not something that is supposed to be for a collector's shelf. So that's what I'm going to say. This is meant for a kid, 100%. So, and in terms of weapons that you get the Transformers 1 to 4 sword. I don't know why. I don't know why they chose this sword out of all of them for this, because this is not the sword that he showed off in the movie either. So I don't know, but I also am not going to complain, because I definitely like this design for the Energon sword. Definitely do like it. And there are two ports. There's one here, and there's one here. And if I'm not mistaken, okay, there isn't. Sorry, I thought. Oh wait, no, there is a port right here. Right down at the bottom here, there's a port right there. You can take the sword as well, and you can just shove it into that screw port right there, and there you go. So there you go. But as for me, I don't want it right there. I want mine on the sides. So now, he is a bit of a big bot and a big boy, so there's only really two things we can do to show off the scale comparisons. So first one here, we have him with the Studio Series Rise of the Beasts Mirage, deluxe class version at the very least. Here he is next to the Rise of the Beasts Deluxe Class Studio Series Bumblebee. Here he is next to the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Optimus Prime, the Studio Series Buzzworthy Prime. which he is getting a re-release in typical Studio Series packaging. So if you did miss out on it, next year you will be able to get your hands on it. So be aware. Here he is next to Studio Series Leader Class Primal from Rise of the Beasts. And here he is with the mainline Rise of the Beasts Primal, just so you can get a sense of how the Voyager Primal and the actual toy line Primal, these are in the same toy line, so, you know. Alright, so to transform this thing, as I have stated, it is a bit of a pain in the butt to do. But it is very satisfying and rewarding at the end. So, first thing you're going to do is you're going to come to this back panel here. You're going to untab it, and just tabs right on there. There's a clip right there, and you're just going to bring it around, and it's going to tab right into this bit right here. So there's a port right here. It's going to go right onto that tab, and this is going to undo from here and do the same thing on the other side. So, next thing we're going to do, let's separate the arms first. We're going to lift up, and you're going to want to lift up and pull out at the same time. And also while you're doing so, let's take these. They just tab into the top of the arm here. And you're going to then take this arm, you're going to then swing it all the way around, and then rotate it on this ball joint, and then bring it straight down like that. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to... Nope, we don't want it to do that yet. We're going to do that, and we're going to lift up to the side, and then we're just going to bring this out, rotate it down like that, and there you have that. Now to work on the legs. So you're going to come to this front section here, you're going to undo this. This just tabs in to the front right here, and this piece here as well. So then you're going to take these, and you're going to untab them from there, all the way at the sides. You're going to untab it again right here. And then you're going to come to the legs, split the legs. It's not supposed to do that, but I will show you the actual gimmick here in a moment once this thing is fully done in robot mode. So that wasn't supposed to happen. It just happens because when you split the legs, it will activate that. So the shoulder bits now can be activated if you really want to, and then flip up the head if it hasn't if it hasn't already undone itself. So make sure you get the arm out of the way, because you're going to fold these in entirely, but you're going to do that after you fold the leg all the way down, like so. Fold these all the way in, and then this is going to come up after you've brought this all the way down, locking in this piece here. And then you're going to bring this all the way up, and there's a tab right in here that's going to go into the slot right in the leg, right there. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Make sure this is out of the way. Going to flip this down, flippity, rotate this in, fold this up like that. Take this tab, put that right in there, like so. And then you're going to take the legs, and they are on separate joints, so you can do this. I'm going to take it, and they are just going to tab right on into each other, into the other piece of the thigh. So then you're going to take these panel pieces here, just kind of fold them all the way down just to kind of level it all out. Straighten everything that you've seen. As so, not with that. That's not supposed to happen just yet. And technically, these aren't even supposed to be out yet either. So we're going to fold those all the way back. Forget the step that said, let the shoulder pieces do what they're going to do, because that's not how it's supposed to look. So now, the whole idea behind this gimmick is that you take these legs. Actually, we'll do this in scale comparison first, and then we shall get into the gimmick of the figure. So, let's put this into scale comparison. So here he is next to Studio Series Deluxe Mirage, just to get a sense of scale. Here he is next to the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. Here he is next to Rise of the Beasts Buzzworthy Prime. Here he is next to Studio Series Primal. And here he is next to Mainline Primal. He's just tiny. He's just a tiny thing. So, all right. So now we can get into the gimmick of this thing. Now you're gonna want to make sure these legs are tabbed into, these knee pieces are tabbed into it, and then you're going to take this and you're going to split that or shove them together.
Beast mode activated.
Yeah. Then you get that. You can do it again. But you got to make sure, in order to reload the gimmick, you will have to push the legs in, make sure that the chest separates, flip this back up, and then you got to take these bits here, and then they just kind of tab right up there and fold all the way in the back like that. So he does say a few different lines, so we will do this again. All right.
Mission accomplished.
And then there's that. He does that as well.
Beast mode activated.
He only says a few lines, so I think there's one more.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, that's it. Once you've hit mission accomplished, that refreshes the whole thing. That's refreshed the whole thing, so yeah. Now, let's get into my final thoughts on this guy. Well, I think it's a cool figure. I think it's nice. I definitely know it's going to be one that's going to be popular for Christmas this year for a lot of kids, because this is Rise of the Beasts, and this is coming from Ross. So, like, if you haven't gotten any of your Rise of the Beast stuff, Ross gonna be having it. I do also like the fact that he comes with these claws, and they kind of just poke out like that. I also do like the fact that they came with elbow joints as well. So I am appreciative of that. What I'm not appreciative of the fact that I had to wait almost an entire year to purchase this to find out it was an absolute piece of trash. Correction. When I say absolute piece of trash, I mean to a nerdy collector. Now, when I say nerdy collectors, I mean not this. This is definitely meant for somebody who's in the age range of like 6 to 7, maybe 8 years old, who's starting to understand Transformers, but they don't want to jump right on into the Studio Series stuff yet because they don't want to break something, or, something of the nature like that. This is meant for somebody to literally just do that, and then have it still be fixable and put back togetherable. So, yeah, that's what this is meant for. It's not meant for, it's not meant to be displayed with all your other figures. It's not meant to be done with any of that. Not to mention, the vehicle mode is based off of concept, like a concept art for this figure. If you aren't aware, in the original script for Rise of the Beasts, Optimus Prime was supposed to have had a powered up mode, and if I'm not mistaken, he was supposed to have gotten some of that energon or whatever, the raw energon, and he was supposed to have scanned a different truck when they were in Peru. So yeah, that's something that I'm a little bit confused as to why they didn't do anything with it. And that being said, I just wish that if this was to come to Studio Series, it's gonna have to be something like this Megatron here, where it's gonna have to looking like concept. So I'm coming at this from a collector's point of view from this portion of it. Now we're gonna get into the kid portion of this. Love the gimmick. Love the fact that this happens. Love the transformation. Love these. Love this. Just love it, man. This has got like some Sentinel Prime kind of vibes to the backpack bit here. Like, I'm loving that. Like, it's not bad. And when I say Sentinel Prime, I don't mean Transformers 1. I mean Dark of the Moon. So please do not get mixed up. Do not get my words mixed up with me. But anyways, so I do like that. I love the fact that they got these. I love this. I love that. It's nice. I love the light up effects of it. So, coming from a kid's point of view, I would have to rank this somewhere in the ballpark of about, I'm going to say 8.5 out of 10. I'm going to be generous. Coming from a collector's standpoint of view, I'm going to call this thing a load of crap and only going to give this thing a 4. From a collector's standpoint, it gets a 4. From a kid's perspective, 8.5 out of 10. Go get this thing. I would 100% recommend it. It's starting to show up at Ross right now, so you can get it right now at Ross. They don't pay me to tell you that. They do not pay me to tell you that you can get this guy at Ross right now for $20. So no one's telling me to do that. But you guys can totally do that. Anywho, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, do not forget to check out Jordy's Rail videos, Patrick with the Y, iStar552, Bravely GG, Riveted Reviews, Riveted Rail Fan, iStar552, Take Along Productions, New York Toy Hunter, and The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, as they all have done some amazing work, have collabed with me in the past, and may or may not continue to do so in the future. So, anywho, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye.